Hi guys, welcome to this full review about this Anyloop smartwatch. It's a really beautiful watch. You can see that here we have the khaki version. It's a plastic band, but really nice one, has good fit. Overall, I think really interesting model with 2 buttons here on the side, many tracking functions, comes with a large screen, easy to operate, has a lot of tracking features, fitness functions, but also many other functions and features. So I'm going to show you what you get in the box, how to set it up, how to connect it with the free app, and then I'm going to use it and show you what I have found so far. Yeah, and so here's the packaging with some information. Here back we can see some specs, large battery compatibility, sensors, large screen. Here the CPU and sensor type, comes nicely protected. So let's remove it. Then the user manual with the QR code for the app and some basic instructions, especially how to make phone calls. But I'm going to show you that anyway here in another language. So let's remove it, and we can see that's really a nice, beautiful watch here. I mean, pretty much standard, but I like this really nice matte finish. The watch band is pretty much perfect. It's soft but not too thin. It comes with these 2 strap holders which have the pin inside, so they are not just wobbling around. That's exactly what we want, but we still have this standard opening here, so we can replace it with another watch band if you like. Of course, you have to remove the protection here in the back to have perfect sensor experience. And then we attach the charging cable to USB-A, and we can see it's a really strong magnet, so we can easily find out how you have to attach it. And so let's hold it and wait. And so it turns on automatically and shows the charge. This gives us the time to scan the QR code. Let's see where it leads us. Yeah, directly to the Dafit app on the Google Play Store. Of course, if you have an iPhone, then it will be the Dafit on the Apple Store. So let's download, install it, so we can set our personal data and then confirm. Of course, it's important to give all the required authorizations so that everything will run perfectly. So let's click on the watch icon and add the device. Also here important to give authorization. And so we have to choose the right watch. And so here we are using the G96 and it says connected. And it sends us also a pairing request. I think that's important to make phone calls. So let's click on pair. And so here's my experience after around 24 hours after first day. And I would say everything has been working really good. Some very positive things and some things which are not working perfectly. Of course, that's always the case. So let's start with the app. I mean, it's a very well-known app. It's not only working for this watch, it's working for many other watches. That's the good thing. So we have the step count. We have a daily, weekly, monthly, really nice overview with the details, really lot of information. Then also regarding the sleep tracking, really lot of information. Looks like it has been recording everything nicely. Then you could do a single heart rate detection. I haven't done this, but I had activated the continuous heart rate detection, and you can see apart from the time when I haven't been wearing the watch, it has been recording everything nicely. Of course, in the morning and in the evening during the shower I haven't been wearing it, so this is nicely visible here. Then here we have the blood oxygen level. I have tested it actually 2 times. Maybe it hasn't synced that yet. Maybe we'll see that later. Then stress monitoring. Looks like it's always checking here and showing me the levels. Really nice. Then GPS exercise. You could start it directly from here, but it has nothing to do with the watch itself. What I like here is that it's just a small part here with some other apps for smartwatches. It's a huge part and people are thinking that's important, but it's actually just a thing of the app, has nothing to do with the watch. So it's good to have it only here. Then the exercise records. I have done a short free training What I have noticed, I have checked also the step counter here on the treadmill. The treadmill has been counting 195 steps and the watch had 190. Unfortunately, I stopped this before 2 minutes. There's a minimum training duration. I think it's around 2 minutes or so. Unfortunately, I had stopped it before, but it gave me quite some information here. That's also good. Then we have the watch information. You can see after 1 day, we are still at 90% battery. That's really awesome. I had the screen on 5 seconds, which is the lowest, of course, to save a little bit of battery, but I had turned on everything during this time. So you can see you can achieve probably even more than 1 week with 1 full charge. Then we have the watch faces. These ones here are already installed on the watch. You can also change them here by long pressing. They are the same things here. Really nice, beautiful one. This here matching the watch band. But then of course we have much more here which we can select on the app, almost endless when we scroll down here. But of course we can only install one extra one of these. The other ones will stay the same, but at least we have a lot of choices. Then we have the notifications, and that's something you have to know. There are some limitations. We have only dedicated toggles for these apps here. So that's the phone calls, messages, and WhatsApp notification, which I have turned on. Everything else I have turned off. And so these are the only apps which you can select or deselect. I mean, you have also the possibility to select all the other apps, but these can be also system apps, and from some of the system apps, of course, you get notifications every couple of seconds or at least minutes. Of course, you can use that and then also activate or deactivate notifications for the apps here on the watch to select or deselect that. That's also an option, but we do not have dedicated toggles here for every app. That's a limitation here. Then we have the alarms. There can be a lot. I've tested with 5 or 6, and I even had the possibility to add more. By the way, we also have this here. When we go to the menu, I think that's the alarm. You can see they are in sync, and we can add or delete or change them here on the app or on the watch directly. That's an awesome thing. I love it that we have the full functionality here as well. We can have also these repeatable alerts which you can set for a couple of days or so. Really nice, and it has been working really good. By the way, it's only vibrating. It doesn't give like an audible alarm when it reaches the time, and the vibration is not very strong. So if you are a deep sleeper, even on the strong setting, it can be a little bit difficult to wake up just from the vibration. Then we have the shutter control here, which you can activate. So we just start this and control the camera from the watch. Something really interesting I've never seen before, that's the e-card. So we could scan QR code from any card. Like if you have some gym subscription, you can scan it and then you have it available also on your watch, but it's only working for QR code. It's not working for barcodes. So I have a subscription on Crunch Fitness and they have a barcode and not a QR code, so it's not working. But I hope they can also add barcodes in the future. Then we have favorite contacts, which we can share, especially for the phone calling option, which I'm going to show you later. Then we have other things. We can find the device, so you can hear then an audible alarm. We have different time formats, system units. We can set a do not disturb. That's really nice. So for example, you can deactivate notification during the night. I have tested this with the alarm. The alarm was still showing up even during this time when I had activated the do not disturb. So it's a good thing. You don't have to do anything when you go to bed. You have the do not disturb. Then some reminders to move, continuous heart rate detection, either nothing, or 5 minutes up to 30 minutes maximum. I had the lowest here, stress monitoring, that's what we already have seen, control music, for example, if you have Spotify or so, special battery saving mode for many weeks, different languages, you can see, you can choose from many different languages. Then we have the automatic lock, which I have usually set to 5 seconds to save some battery, and just here for the video I have increased it to 30 seconds. The quick view, which is actually the wrist gesture, so when you're moving your watch to see the time, that's this thing here, the automatic quick view. You can also limit this so it won't activate the screen during the night. An awesome thing, so you really don't have to do anything when you're going to bed. Maybe adjust the brightness, that's something which I'm going to show you later. And other reminders, drink water reminder, heart rate warning, you can set a limit. Then the weather is not dynamic, you have to set the location here, but it's really nice, gives you 1 week of weather forecast. Then we have some other things, it's mainly female things, I haven't tested these, but you have really a lot. And here on the right side we have even the possibility to sync all the fitness and activity data with Google Fit. And so we are finished with the app. Now let's concentrate on the watch itself. Again, really nice, beautiful, has been super comfortable to wear for the first day. Absolutely no complaints. Yeah, this thing is really a beauty, and especially with this matching watch face, absolutely awesome. What we have here on top are the settings here, the settings for the phone and audio. So I have it activated for the phone calls, but deactivated for the Bluetooth audio, and that's what I highly suggest. Otherwise it will use the speaker for everything you play on your phone. Then we have the brightness. There is no automatic brightness, but there's a huge variety. For example, you can set it very low for the night. That's awesome. I don't see this often that we can reduce the brightness so low. That's perfect for the night. And when you're outside during the day, you can increase it extremely, so it's also perfectly visible, but no automatic mode, there's no sensor built in. Then we have the different menu views. You can see a really nice one. There are really awesome animations like on Apple Watch or so, absolutely fantastic. You can also use this circle, so many options. This one is also very fancy, but I think during this video it's easier to use the normal structure where we have also the description here on the right side. And so here we would have these e-cards, which I don't have, and we have the flashlight, also something really nice. And here we have all the settings again for the display vibration, so we can activate the vibration and ringing. By the way, the alarm has not been ringing, so I think it's just vibration. Also, when somebody called me, it did just vibrate, so I don't know when it would be ringing. We also have a mute function, and we have different intensities, and again, even on strong, it's not super strong, it's nice, but if you have a deep sleep, maybe it won't wake you up. Then we have also do not disturb mode, here low power mode, and phone settings, again system, and same thing. So I think the menu is really nice. Also battery indicator and connection status, this is what we want to have. And underneath we have the messages, here one text message, nothing personal, so I can show you that. You can see we have the option to delete all of them or just single ones when I click here. And now everything is gone, but it was really nicely displayed. And on the right side we have a lot of functions. You can see detailed activity information for the day, heart rate, also down here SpO2 measurement, then here the weather information for the next week. And we have even more favorites. A lot of these apps which you have built in here, you can activate as favorites here also on the right side. For example, this shutter, music control, timer, or even some games or calculator. You can just add it here, click on that, and from now on we have it also here on the right side. Absolutely awesome. And on the left side we have the full menu. What's also nice that it starts with the last used apps here before we dig into the full structure. So whatever you have been using, it will be first here, and if it's not here you can go to the full menu where we have again the activity, sleep, phone calls. You can make phone call directly from here.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again, or dial 611 for customer.
Okay, I hope you heard that. So the speaker is absolutely awesome, and not only the speaker is awesome, also the microphone is pretty good, I would say, for such a smartwatch. So I'm going to play what I've been recording.
Microphone test 1 2 3 4 5. Microphone test 1 2 3 4 5.
So I think easily understandable. Here you have also the contacts which you have been syncing on the app. Really nice. Then heart rate again. Then exercise, you can start it either from here, but we also have this dedicated fitness button here down, the red one or orange one, and then we have same thing here, and then you have almost endless sports. You can see how many you have. It's incredible in different structures, even water sports a lot. You can add it to the menu, and then you have it, for example, here. When you click on that, it will automatically start, and depending on the sports mode it will show you different things. You can easily stop it here with the button or on the right side. Then we have the exercise records here, which is a nice thing. SpO2 measurement, stress, dedicated measurement, weather again, messages, shutter, everything which we have seen already, special relaxation. The time is also really good. We have some predefined timing functions, but we have also a custom up to 23 hours 59 minutes. And the really good thing is that it shows also the current time, which I don't see very often, but we can also go back to the normal watch and use different functions, but the timer is still running in the background. So we can click here and we see that it has been counting down. We can stop it, repeat it. Really nice thing. AI voice, whatever you have installed like Alexa or Google or so, you can use it from here. The alarms, we had already stopwatch, similar thing as the timer, but it's not multitasking. So after we start it, we cannot go back, but at least we have the current time, which is pretty hard to find, I would say, at least in 2023. With reset, go back. You have cycle training, flashlight again, find phone, calculator, games. This one here, yeah, I'm not really good, but at least we have some really nice. And the settings again. So I would say super comprehensive functions. And what I like here is also the display. I mean, the touch screen, which works really, really nice, super responsive. And the screen is super good, visible from all the sides. So what's the bottom line? I mean, it's definitely not a bad thing. It's a beautiful, sturdy, waterproof, pretty reliable, I would say. It has a nice touch screen. It has a lot of functions, at least the basic functions which we can expect in 2023, but it doesn't have like any fancy functions. That's maybe a little bit the thing here, but sometimes we want to have rather something reliable instead of super fancy. So what's missing? Of course, wireless charge. Even though we do not find it often, we see that also sometimes with watches in this price range. Then we do not have the always on display option. The maximum is 30 seconds, and then it will probably use quite some battery. We also do not have a touch to wake, but what's positive is that with a click we can stop the display. That's very good for the night. The AI function was a little bit weird, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult to set these things up. The AI voice assistant here started the Google Assistant on my phone and not from here. That was a little bit disappointing, but I guess we can configure that. But at the moment, I have no idea how we could do that. So you can see, you can tap here, but it's not recording from this microphone. Usually with these watches, it would directly record from here, but it always starts the AI voice detection on my phone, and I have really no idea how to change that. But the idea is definitely, of course, to use it directly from here. Then the alarm, definitely a little bit disappointing that the vibration is not strong enough to wake me up reliably. The good thing on the other side with the alarm, we can just stop it here with such a button, which we don't have even on an Android Wear watch. We even have a snooze function for 10 minutes, also something really good. And of course in 2023, some of these watches, even in a low price range, they are coming up with some really crazy sensor data like blood sugar measurement. I've never tested such a watch. I have no clue if this would ever work. I mean, with these sensors, we have to be careful anyway, no matter if it's an Android Wear or an Apple Watch for $500 or so. These numbers are always just like rough indications and never can give you some really reliable information about your health or so. But of course works perfectly as step counters to track what you are doing the whole time. So I think overall it's not a bad choice. Makes really good impression, good design, really comfortable, has most of the features which we can expect 2023, and most of it works really reliable. I would say it's definitely one of the best watches I've ever tested so far. Maybe not absolutely perfect, but why not? And so I put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description, so you can check it out and order it right from there if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.